welcome to the Us Against the Gods campaign. If you know someone who wants to play in a GMARC game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them. We'll either get them on a wait list for a campaign slot or in a one-shot. I am going to be doing some one-shots, so check out the Patreon where we will announce those first, and then we'll do those over in Discord as well, and then on social medias. We have the GM tip videos, archives, and podcasts over on YouTube. Check those out. And we also have the clip contest going on. So toss those clips and timestamps in the clip contest channel in Discord. You'll be automatically entered to win a prize at the end of the month. But let's get you guys started because we've got a lot to cover today. And we need to get into it. Great. Well, you guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Over the past nearly 2 years, you guys have, about a year and a half, you've been wandering Toivoa looking for political power and ways to enhance yourselves in order to strengthen your goals and aims. Slarin has gotten married up in the Shinoza Protectorate, and you've made friends in Nausea and even down in Shatter Shaddai. Now, as part of your friends in Shatter Shaddai, you've been asked to come all the way up here to Jnak-Huhej to investigate what is currently the situation in that area, as it is the former lair of the dragon Vagrodan, or suspected lair. You guys arrived last week in a horrible, desolate wasteland covered in bones for as far as the eye could see, except for Eowyn, who saw in the far distance a depression in the ground and brought it to Twilight's attention. Ayla slipped and impaled her leg on a bone that has infested her leg with barbs of barbed drakes that will eventually hatch and kill her. Now that she sits here in agony as the party is trying to ease her suffering, Twilight's Call has hopped aboard his Dragonelle and without ceremony and without preamble has taken off and headed in the direction of that depression, leaving someone else in a state of panic. As we check with Ayla Taylor, Winkle, Islarin, Eowyn, and Covet, what are the five of you doing? As you watch the speck that is Twilight's Call retreat away into the distance. And I am supposed to read, and without a kiss from his wife. So.
Doghouse.
Winkle, Islarin, Eowyn, Covet, Ayla? What are you guys doing now that you are Twilightless? Winkle, for a moment, you listen. You hear that, Winkle? Do you hear that, Winkle?
What am I hearing?
Silence.
Oh, yes. It's the first time since I met Twilight's Call. It is wonderful. I look down at my beloved and I go, what can I do for you?
Ayla will look up at him and say, just be here. I'm terrified. So just be here.
We should have gone back so you could be taken care of.
No, we have to see this through. We only have one chance at this. And hopefully, Twilight will discover what we need to know when we can go back.
Excuse me, GM, I sent you a private message.
Oh, in Discord?
And,
oh, there it is.
Chat.
Gotcha. Ooh. Do you want to try that?
Yeah, I want to try it.
All right, here we go. So I have to pull up a very special thing that we're going to try here. As you guys are sitting here, Eowyn concentrates. And you've seen Eowyn concentrate before, but never like this. It's conspicuous. Eowyn isn't brooding. They're praying. You look over Covet, and as Eowyn prays, I need you to go ahead and roll 1d100 as Eowyn calls for divine intervention to solve this issue. So, unfortunately, in this horrible place, you do not receive the favor of the gods. They are silent. Despair and a hint of resent might wash over you, Eowyn, as the gods don't listen to you at the moment. Your plea for help falls on deaf ears. Islaren, what are you doing? It was a very good idea and it would have worked, but the dice did not want to be your friend today.
Lauren is just watching, making sure that things don't get worse, as far as she can tell.
Okay. Covet? What are you doing other than staring longingly into the distance where your handsome husband has flown away in dramatic fantasy fashion? Into who knows what.
She is upset at Twilight because they're a team and she is not with him like she should be. But she knows that she couldn't leave Ayla in that state. So looking at, she stares, in the direction that he went until she can't see him anymore. And then she just takes a deep, shuddering breath and steals her nerves, straightens her spine, and turns around and goes back to Ayla and checks on her, making sure that the tourniquet stays in place and doing everything she can to keep comfortable, all with a silent prayer of just kind of mumbling to herself, more of this can't be her time. It doesn't feel like her time. Am I wrong? What is this?
Oh. As the five of you huddle around Ayla Taylor in this dangerous wasteland, we pan the camera to Twilight's call. Aboard his faithful steed. Twilight, as you fly along, your mount beats the air with wings of fury, rising above the shattered plains of Jna-Kuhej. The bone-covered wasteland sprawls out beneath you. Continent of death. Silence. The wind screams past your ears as Zerona goes faster. You need to get there and get back as quickly as possible. The wind screams here as if the world itself is trying to warn you away. But then you see her. Far ahead, nestled within a massive depression, something moves. Not scurries, not slithers. It unfolds. A black silhouette, titanic in scale, larger than any cathedral, longer than a city street, taller than any spire. Her wings are not wings, but ragged veils of shadow stretched across an architecture of jagged barbs. Her body is layered in baroque plates of obsidian and glass, reflecting no light, only malice. Each step she takes shatters ancient bones. Those barbs, you realize with horror, are not just armor, but growths. Parasitic thorns that drip ichor and pulse like veins. Her tail drags behind her like a great executioner's chain, its tip a bouquet of hooked spines. And then she turns her head. Her face is beautiful in the way a dying star is beautiful, divine and lethal. No eyes, only glowing sockets, violet and endless, and from her throat emerges a breathless sound, not a roar, but a dirge. Like every death you've ever known, harmonized into one slow, suffocating song. Curseth has noticed you.
Well, as soon as something moved at a location that there wasn't supposed to be any movement, that would have given Twilight pause, or at least enough of a hey, something's not right, that he would have gone back to the party because
So you
his
turn?
only he would
Okay.
because the only reason that he would have gone up there is to see whether or not a 3-mile dead body existed to satisfy the information requirement. But if something moves, that automatically means that something's not dead and should not be there by himself.
And so Twilight's Call turns Zerona around and flees from this entity back in the direction of the party. The rest of you feel the ground rumble beneath you before the sound again reverberates across the plains. It chills you to the bone. I need all 6 of you to roll wisdom saving throws of a DC 26 or be frightened.
Is this a frightful presence?
It is a frightful presence.
Is this a frightful presence of a dragon?
It is.
I'm frightened.
Eowyn is
Oh,
not.
that's right. I've got advantage. I do have advantage. That's right. Haha. I'm still frightened.
Everyone who is within 10 feet of me can't be frightened.
Okay.
Oh, we're all next to each other.
So
Yay!
as you guys would be frightened, the presence of Islarin will hold your resolve. The only person afflicted by this is Twilight's Call,
And he's getting the
miles
hell out of it.
away. Twilight, you are getting the hell out of there. You look behind you, Twilight, and you don't see them following you yet. And then a pair of violet beams tear across the sky. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, Twilight's Call, as these multi-mile long beams tear outwards from its gaze. Do you have advantage on that?
Not on dexterity saving throws, no.
No? Okay. So as this beam blasts over you, Twilight,
I will probably use my inspiration for that one.
you want to
though.
use your inspiration on this? Okay. All right, with a 27, the beam's coming in, your mount barrel rolls over it, and as it singes just a corner of your hair, you realize that's going to be just enough evidence for Covet to know something went wrong. But you're safe and not annihilated. Over the next few moments, you urge Girona on and will surge forward. And in the span of 30 minutes, will return to your party. You see them huddled around Ayla Taylor, and you look behind you on the horizon, Twilight. You see a darkness rise from the plains. You arrive. Please describe your arrival. Twilight's Call.
So, think Serona just screaming in from probably upwards of a 30 to a 45 degree angle and comes into a cartoon slide, skip, stop, but not quite hitting the ground, but just like air brakes. And probably stops about 2 to 3 inches from Winkle, and hopefully this air blast just fluffs the hair that he's got and maybe blows a cloud onto Ayla Taylor or something.
Okay. As the cloud of dust is kicked up over your party, you look up, Covet. You look so handsome on that mount. Can you really be mad at that? And then you notice he's got a new little hairstyle thing going on there.
That is the only thing I do notice, apparently, is I fixate on this little hairstyle thing. She walks up to him. Well, she slowly stands up and just sees this whole thing with his hair. And she waits for him to dismount Zerona. And when he does, she walks up to him, like stands all of her full 5 foot tall, as tall as she possibly can.
Hey, beautiful.
She then slaps him as hard as she possibly can across the face.
Ow, love you too.
Then she grabs the lapels of his shirt and jerks him down for a really hard kiss. Once she's done doing that,
Miss me?
she pushes him back, like as hard as she possibly can, and says, "First off, I love you. Second, I know this is supposed to be kind of PG-13, so we're just gonna go with it. Fuck you. Third, What happened? Because it didn't obviously go to plan.
Well, when Ayla tripped and fell, she had this
I
bow
am
shoved.
talking about out there when you left without kissing me goodbye.
You didn't receive the air kiss I blew in your direction?
Don't you try doing this. No, this is not flying. No. What happened? You have a new hairstyle. What happened?
Well, I got on to Serona. I blew an air kiss at my wife.
Nice try.
I blinked out in invisibility, making a dynamic exit for absolute perfect character development. And then I flew off to go look into the depression because our mission is to make sure that that 3-mile dragon is dead. Saw something move and came back.
What was it?
What?
What was it that apparently gave you a new hairstyle?
Oh, it was something in the depression, just a shadowy creature thing.
The ground reverberates. The bones jingle and jangle and fall over. I need all of
What
you to
did
roll dexterity saving throws or be knocked prone.
Some of us are already prone.
Yes, so we don't need you to roll.
Thank you.
Twilight, what did you do?
I went and
Whose attention did you get?
just this shadowy dragon creature that had some barbs and the growths and things on there. Evidently she noticed me, but yeah, a shadowy creature, death, a dirge of something as a roar.
Does she recognize any of that description at
No,
all?
it is impossible for you.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Winkle looks around and says, "Who's got the mirror?"
Ayla says, I do.
Just a multi-mile beam of annihilation. Just no big deal.
Did you see what?
Mirror, mirror, mirror.
Did you see if it was like? Did you see whether the 3-mile-long dragon was actually, I don't know, dead?
No, I did not happen to see a body of a 3-mile dragon. It was just this thing of shadows moving, standing, rearing, very tall, making ground shakes, roaring, dirges, and laser beams.
Mirror.
As you guys are discussing this,
We gotta go.
Bwinkle is saying mirror. As you look in the direction that Bwinkle is looking, it looks like an eclipse is crawling across the landscape towards you.
Mirror. Mirror.
It's wrapped in my blanket in my backpack.
We're doomed. She'll never find it.
So get the backpack.
Is this
Winkle
a
goes
comment
and
of
looks
real
at the-
life, Bwinkle?
Oh yeah. Sorry, can't separate reality from the game.
So, who's going into Ayla's backpack and facing the dangers that might lie within?
No
There's
dangers. They
but
might
there's
get their
stuff down
hands a
there
little
that bite people.
messy from the fried chicken that's in there, but nothing else.
How long has the fried chicken been in there?
I
It's
just put it in there this morning.
Okay.
How many
No, I
bags
throw
of
it
Winkle's
out.
hairs in there?
No,
Excuse, can we stop focusing on the moldy fried chicken and get out of here?
not moldy.
I agree.
But let's just forget. I mean, you know.
It probably
get
is
the mirror
moldy.
If it
We're gonna
molds that
die.
fast, then we've got problems.
The ground shakes once again.
Okay, mirror, I'll look in it. I'll look in it. Oh goodness gracious.
Covet, can I get an investigation check to find the mirror amongst the fried chicken? Which in this bag has crumbled. The breading is everywhere. And the mirror, if you can find it.
Mirror's
you
wrapped
do?
in the blanket.
The mirror is wrapped in a blanket. Cool. As you bring out the blanket, the mirror unfolds and a whole bunch of breading falls all over the ground. You grab the mirror. You ready?
Are we all together close enough to do this?
Everybody can
Yes.
sit on me. I don't care.
Everybody scoot close together.
Twilight sits on Winkle.
That'll work.
The edge of the eclipse gets closer.
Spell. Scroll. Who's got the scroll? Ayla? Is that it?
What scroll?
Activate the mirror.
I thought we just looked in the mirror. All of us together.
As Covet's concentrating on looking for a scroll, he holds the mirror, not facing the party.
I've got the mirror facing the party. I'm just.
So as you turn it
You doing
towards the
selfie?
party, your reflections are caught in it, and
Selfie.
you will blink out of existence and find yourself here, back in Idris's office.
My arm was long enough. Yes.
Can we get Ayla help now?
Idris.
Already.
Sorry, go for it. Please ignore me. Go ahead.
Lauren will go over to the mirror and write backwards on it. Say, "You have returned."
You will watch in the reflection. Yours fades and is replaced by that of Idris. He walks out of the mirror and into the room. Oh, you've returned. Looking quite well, in fact. But
No,
shaken.
not looking well. Ayla needs help.
Oh, I'm sorry. How can I be of service?
I'm really sure she just has a bunch of drake parasites in her leg because she got stabbed by a bone of one.
Oh dear.
I accidentally tripped over a barbed dragon bone and got the barbs. I have 85 barbs in my leg.
I was able to get the bone out, but not the barbs.
He looks at the situation and tries to steady himself against one of the tables, and then drops down, slides to a sitting position on the floor. Oh dear. This is not good. A barbed drake bone impaled your leg, and you're infested. Oh dear. This is why I do not go out adventuring. We will have to find something to do.
And we didn't see
Sure, searchers.
the remains of a 3-mile dragon, but we did see a dragon of shadow and death with growths and barbs and beams of annihilation and dirges screams of death and decay.
What? Okay. I'm collecting myself. So Ayla comes first.
Yep.
World-ending dragons, I hope, will remain where they are. But thank you for the information. I will get you your reward, but Ayla must be taken care of.
Yes. I've tourniqueted. I've put a tourniquet around her leg to staunch the bleeding, but also hopefully stop the parasites from spreading.
We cannot keep the tourniquet on for long. She would lose the
No.
leg.
Agreed, but that's the best I could do at the time.
He looks at you, Ayla. I'm sorry to have put you into this situation.
No, it was me and my clumsy feet. I'm the one who did it. So you don't take any blame.
We have some medical practitioners here in Shadow Shaddai. Not many that are capable of dealing with barbed drakes, but perhaps one of the members of the team could assist. How long ago did this happen?
I guess it's been about an hour now.
Oh, well, at least that's something. Usually, from what I know of barbed drakes, it can take days or even months for these to manifest and hatch. So we may have some time. Okay. Are you in pain now?
Yeah, it hurts quite a bit. It's like there's something inside my leg that's finding each little nerve and pressing on it.
Then may I provide the aid that I can? And he's going to go over to a drawer and as long as you don't tell your father. He looks at you with a bit of a sympathetic half grin. He's looking for your approval, Ayla.
I said I'd never tell my father because I wouldn't want him to worry, but
He pulls out a small silver box. It's ornately carved and very, very pretty. It's got little designs and whorls on the outside of it. He also pulls out a pipe made of porcelain and glass. This thing's got to be worth 50 gold just for the glass pipe. He walks over to you. Here. I feel terrible that I'm the one that has to introduce you to this, but it will ease the pain. He opens the small silver box, and inside there is a brief leafy substance that forms small clumps. He takes one of these little clumps like a bud and places it in the bowl of the pipe and offers it to you. This will help with the pain, but it will cause you to be very hungry. It also smells quite foul.
the pharmacist just told me what it was.
The fun part for me is that the pharmacist had to tell you. Good job, Ayla. Keep that up.
No, I figured what it was. I figured it was one of two things, and when you said it was green, I figured what it was. But he gave the Delta 9 THC,
Is this what we would prescribe in this situation, Mr. Pharmacist?
Oh, it's a good start.
It's a good start. Okay. For the record, I do not endorse any type of behavior of this kind. For anyone who's legally looking, I've never partaken, blah, blah, blah. Just for the record, this is a natural remedy that is a painkiller.
The actions of the characters
It is.
associated with the party do not reflect that and or any affiliates of
GMR, thank you. This is a story.
Ayla will take it. And She will. Oh, do I need to inhale it?
He smiles at you. Absolutely.
Okay.
I want to see that Constitution saving throw.
However, do be aware that should you choose to partake in this, it may preclude political office in the future. After all, not everyone who inhales is fit for office.
This is true, but I have no political desires, so no big deal.
All right. So he will take a match out of the box and strike it. He will light your pipe. Have you ever smoked a pipe before, Ayla, as a character? Or in person, in real life?
No,
No?
my daddy smoked one, but I have never partaken.
So, as you are unable to get it to go, he will start it for you, get it going, and pass it to you. The room is suffused with the smell of skunk. The sickly sweet nastiness of the herb that fills your lungs
Yep.
begins nearly immediately to dull the pain in your leg. The tension of the encounter you just had begins to wash away from you like a warm blanket. You
That
are
helps a lot.
comforted from the inside out as the narcotic hits your bloodstream and spreads throughout your body. The rest of you, since you're in the room, need to roll a Constitution saving throw or get a contact high.
Secondhand smoke.
Secondhand smoke, thanks to a exceedingly potent herbal substance. All right, Islarin is not going to be affected. Twilight's Call, do you have advantage for some reason?
I do not, but I am in close proximity to Islarin.
Okay, so you will not be affected. Winkle and Covet, however, are going to be affected by the
They have
nice...
+5s if they want them.
Yes, but they don't get up to the 20 that's needed.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Anybody got any brownies?
Your friend
Ayla has some cookies.
Idris looks
I
over.
have-
I do not have brownies. No.
I have the munchies.
So,
Really?
Covet and Bwinkle are afflicted by the Delta 9, we shall say, as the pharmacist has stated. So, Covet, the anxiety and worry you had for your husband as he went off alone begins to wash away like a comforting thing. He came back. Everything's fine.
As my friend says, drugs will do that.
Mm-hmm. Winkle, you look around and you feel hungry. You need something like fried cheese, maybe crackers, grilled cheese sandwiches, potato chips.
A whole loaf of green cheese.
No,
green cheese
no. I have
sandwiches.
my favorite thing. It's called a Big Nasty.
What, sir, is a big nasty?
Oh, that's 2 grilled cheese sandwiches that are on the opposite sides of a half-pound burger with onion rings.
Understood. Where can GM Eric get one of these when I'm hungry?
There's a little restaurant here in town. It's a local restaurant called Annie's, and that's one of the things they make. You can also get a spicy Big Nasty, which has jalapenos added to it.
Understood. So, as Geomeric is getting hungry, we are going to have an image of an enormous shadow creature crawl across Idris's desk.
Yeah, this is the thing that I saw in that depression while I was flying on Serona.
Idris looks at it. I do not know what that is.
I gave a rather stern look. I had to dodge some eye beams or beams of some kind. Give me a quick, close haircut. Annihilation, maybe?
This is terrifying. I hope it remains on Jnaku Hej. Well,
Me too. It rattled my core a little bit.
I'm sure. But let us focus on Ayla. Here, take your coins. I know you're interested in those.
Ooh.
And he just shoves a bag in your general direction.
Twilight might be distracted counting for a little bit.
Okay. As the greedy little man opens the bag and ignores the plight of his infested compatriot,
He's got nothing to contribute to that whole situation.
Idris looks at Ayla. You must visit Zubaira al-Nasir, the Crimson Sage. She is in charge of hemomancy and vital energy manipulation here in Shatter Shaddai. She's the Minister of Health and Magical Medicine.
Where can we find this person?
She has a mage tower, not far from here, only about a mile. Are you able to walk, Ayla?
Winkle reaches down and picks her up gently.
Oh, thank you.
Ayla.
And wait a minute. And Winkle looks at Twilight and says, "Come on now."
Roll your intimidation
what?
check, sir.
We're going?
The intimidation check from Winkle to get Twilight to stop counting money. No, intimidation's right down the center under the letter I. There we go. Winkle is not very terrifying as he's too damn cute and perfect in his fascination and worry for Ayla Taylor.
Twilight, can you stop focusing on money and just come with us so we can help her?
Oh, well, oh, we're leaving? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
we're leaving. Come on.
And Twilight will put the bag in his backpack.
Okay. Did you close the bag or did you just throw it in there?
He would close it.
Oh, okay.
And Winkle's mad and he's walking out, carrying Ayla, walking towards the door, and says, "Greedy little worm."
As you guys leave Idris's place, is there anyone who would like to do anything before departing? I'm sorry, I'm dealing with allergies. So I apologize if I'm rubbing my eyes a lot. All right, no one wants to do anything? Awesome. So you guys can depart. Yes?
I was going to tell him that we'll let him know the outcome of Ayla one way or another.
Very well. Thank you. Zubaira should be able to take good care of you, but her methods are unorthodox. So keep an open mind.
Ayla doesn't care now.
Very well.
Are we leaving?
So you guys can depart and head out into the city. As you guys wander the streets looking for Zubaira's location, you know exactly which direction to go in, and Winkle is leading the way, carrying Ayla Taylor like a bull through a series of bull rushes. The crowds part for the massive Minotaur, and you guys are able to head in that direction. Winkle, Ayla is lighter than you expect. You have no problem carrying her. As you guys arrive at Zabira's Mage Tower, the onion dome on top of it is pink. The tower itself round and graceful. As you approach, you notice that there's a sincere lack of people around this tower. And a sense of dread begins to wash over you as you approach. There's no guard out front, unlike the other mage towers. What would you like to do?
Winkle heads up to the door. He knocks.
Okay, you knock. The door will open at the first knock. Not second. It's as if you were about to knock for the second time, but the door simply moves at your touch. You've pushed the door open.
How long is Covet high?
Let's roll 1d24. After all, these are the questions that matter.
Turns to severity of the after party.
4 hours. So,
Sure,
Covet,
after party.
you're going to need dessert this evening.
Go get it.
Wow, Twilight. The fact that okay, for those who don't have webcams, I can see both their faces and they both got dimples when I said you're going to need dessert. And that was just funny.
No, expected.
All right. Subwinkle, the door has opened. Are you going to walk inside?
Oh, yes, I'm going to walk in. I'm going to look around, make sure there's no problem.
Okay.
The
Don't
blue son of
keep-
me.
And Keith, remember, Winkle has had a snoot full of this stuff, too. He thinks that nothing can stop him.
Okay. Do the rest of you follow him inside this building?
I do.
Okay. Without a care in the world, you guys move right into someone's house. The crimson decor and dark tones are obvious and a bit on the nose for this type of place. Of it, you look at the situation and a shiver runs down your spine. This decor is very familiar and very evocative of Leslie's office.
Is this Hemo Fabulous?
It is Hemofabulous.
Wow. This is I know this place. I know this place. Yeah. She feels kind of at home because of that. But at the same time, she knows not to move unless directed. Or given snacks.
You'll hear a voice. Oh dear. Do we have guests? Strange. I didn't invite anyone. The voice shifts around the room. Up on the balcony, behind the chairs. It's hard to tell where it's coming from. Can I help you?
Hello, voice from beyond. We were sent here, told that you could potentially help us out with our friend Ayla here.
Hell? You came here for help.
It was Idris sent us.
Oh. Well, now that's a different story. Stepping out from behind a pillar, a beautiful woman, about 5'4", long black hair, red eyes. He comes around dressed in a garb of someone from the land of Shu. If Idris sent you, then you are welcome in my home. You are safe here. At least from me.
We appreciate it. Our friend here has well, how do we call this? Um, wow,
I
my head
stepped
hurts.
on the
I'm
bone. I
oh,
stepped
jeez.
on the bone of a barbed dragon,
Oh dear.
and when we pulled the bone out, the barb stayed behind, and I have 85 barbed dragon barnacles in my leg.
She looks at Boinkle. You did well to not allow her to walk. They would have worked their way deeper. Please, put her on the couch.
Winkle walks over and gently places her on the couch so her injured leg is laying on the couch also.
So what would you have me do?
Idris said you may be able to do something about the barnacles.
I can, but it will be dangerous and exceedingly painful. You understand? These creatures have this natural defense in order to spread and become numerous. They're horrific. They're native to my homeland. And quite deadly. I've only saved one person from them before, so I'm hesitant to try. May I look at your leg?
Of course.
She's going to slide your skirt to the side just so she can see the wound. Whoever cured this did well to close it up. The tourniquet has helped, but it must be removed quickly, otherwise, well, you'll lose the leg. And there's not much I can do about that. However, if you like, I can attempt to operate. Now, you must be aware that there is a chance of death during this operation.
Well, as it stands right now, I'm certain to die. So I look at it more as there's a chance for life rather than a chance for death.
She's going to hover her hand over your leg, and you're going to feel a warmth where your leg is cold because of the tourniquet. You feel the warmth spread there, and the blood begins to flow. Your leg stops being quite so purple. This is bad. Very bad. But I believe that you have an opportunity. You said you tripped on the bone of a barbed drake and not a live one?
Oh, yes, we were in the bone waste.
Yep, it's dead. I made sure to pull out the bone.
But you left
Phrasing.
something behind. You left something behind that's incubating.
I could. Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Are
my mouth
you-
shut with that one.
Okay. So what we've established is that Covet's pull-out game is not strong. Understood. So
That's what she's.
all right. Did you bring the bone with you?
No. No.
I
don't
saw
feel
that
like the
hand.
bone weight.
The spectator's pointing at Twilight. Busted. Okay.
Unless Twilight picked it up. But no, I don't think we have the
I
bone.
had nothing to contribute to this situation.
No?
You never do.
Covet just starts checking the, like shaking the bottom of her skirt, thinking maybe something got caught, but probably not.
Okay. Because the bone is not in Twilight's hand, we are sure that we are not having the source of these things. Well, there's a bit of hope. You see, I don't think that these are quite as active as ones from a living Barb Drake. You could live for a year with these within your leg. She's going to go to start undoing the tourniquet. Unless you choose to remove the leg, in which case you would live a perfectly normal life. Or I can try to remove them. Those are your three choices.
If you
Ayla,
remove the leg, can you get the leg back?
there's a chance of death if I remove them. However, this is a decision for Ayla to make.
Okay. Let's try to take them out. If we find that we cannot remove all of them, because we counted where the barnacles were on the bone, there were 85 broken places. If we can't get all 85 of them out, then we can take the leg. But I'd like to try to get them out first. And I'm willing to do whatever we need to do.
All right.
And I look up at Bullwinkle and just look at him and just said, stay near.
Winkle reaches, leans over and kisses her on her forehead.
Winkle.
All of us step back because none of us have actually seen him kiss her before.
Now, are you gonna grab the bull by the horns and actually have her dig in and remove all 85 of these things?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to grab the bull by the horns, but yeah, we're going to try to take them out.
All right. He looks at you. Any point that we do here could be exceedingly dangerous. This is your last chance. Now, out of character, just to set the stage, what we will be doing is we will be performing a whole bunch of die rolls here, and we're just going to do them in bulk. I'm just going to do them for you. But each removal of the little barb could result in the character dying. So, we're going to be rolling a whole bunch of D100s, and we're going to see where we're at. Now, you have the choice of going through this process and having her try to save you, or we can remove the leg, which will keep you alive, for sure. However, you guys will have to go explore that. Or you can wait and live for a year and maybe find another solution in the future. So I'm trying to give you your options. She's very good at what she does. Basically, we're going to roll the 85 D100, and you're going to hope you don't get a 1 on any of the 85 dice.
Ooh. statistically, that should be okay. However, I also know how well she rolls her dice.
So,
Is she rolling or is G-Americ rolling?
we can have her roll them. That's fine.
I'd rather have GM and Eric roll.
So, decisions.
Now-
Now remember, there's no re-rolling. There's no inspiration on this. If I do the
Right.
D100s, we're going with them.
Now, does a
No.
perfect 100 enable higher success?
Nope. That just means it gets easily removed.
So any one and it's done.
Yep. We're just trying to establish where we're at.
What about death saves?
Nope. Because what'll happen is the barb will burst and it'll spread, and she'll have a day, maybe two, as the barb drake's going to spread throughout her bloodstream. So,
That is a huge risk.
Tremendous risk.
I just
You
want
want
to
to
set
know
the
the
stage
odds?
where we're at with this before we.
I'm going to go with the way that the player would go. If this were me in real life, I'm going to go the way the player would go.
Okay.
Okay. So Ayla's going to look up at Zavira. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to say, well, when you put it that way, let's just go ahead and take the leg. I can live with a prosthetic.
She looks at you. Are you certain?
Yeah, I want to live. I have things I still have to do. I can't do them if I'm dead.
Very well.
So just take the leg.
You want to watch.
No, not really. I'd just rather not see that part.
She nods. I will make this as painless as possible. And she's going to reach down, and below the tourniquet, she's going to press her hand just below your knee. I believe we can save the knee, which should allow you with a prosthetic to have full range of motion. Now, you must be aware that this is still surgery. So, there's always a risk.
Yes, I understand that. I
All right.
used to help my mother. She was a healer.
She looks at you, and we shall begin. And she pulls from her side a long dagger. The 12-inch blade glistens like silver, but it's not. You see that the edge is sharper than any blade you've ever seen. It's nearly two-dimensional as it rotates, the blade disappearing for a moment as she turns it and prepares to line it up with the joint just below the knee. Do you want
My
something?
hand on.
Good.
I'll put my hand on Ayla's shoulder and cast Bless on her.
Okay. If anyone wishes to depart, now is the time. She looks at each of you in turn. Good, Winkle?
Winkle stays with her.
Okay. Hold her hand and make sure her eyes don't leave yours. Ayla, you're going to feel your leg go cold The room begins to get dark. Covet, you've seen this before in Leslie's office far away. Zabira begins muttering under her breath a chant. The hemomancy, the blood magic that she begins to cast, begins to cause Ayla to shudder as the blood begins to clot in her leg and form a prevention against bleeding out. The woman cuts deeply into your leg, Ayla. I need a Constitution saving throw to prevent you from falling unconscious due to the pain. Ayla, the eyes roll up into the top of your head, and your head falls back onto the couch. A cushion catches your head as Buinkle looks concernedly at you. Now that you're unconscious, Zabira finishes the process, which I will not go into great detail to describe. However, the rest of you can watch as the wound stitches closed and Ayla's leg lies on the couch there. Coming out of the leg, you see small worm-like protrusions trying to crawl up out of the leg now that it's free. Zabira will take the leg and put it over on the coffee table. Keep it away from her. Ayla, I need you to roll 1d100 because this is surgery on a 1. You won't survive. 1d100. Alright, so Ayla Taylor survives the removal of which leg? Left or right, Ayla? Which one was this?
I've had it in my head the whole time, my left leg, so.
The left leg for Ayla Taylor, below the knee, is gone. Winkle, you look down at the love of your life. Her leg missing doesn't change how you feel for her. After all, her eyes are going to still be the same. That hair is still going to be there. And she's still, with a little bit of help, going to be able to cook those cookies.
Mooseberries.
Ayla, after a few minutes, you're able to wake up, catching the gaze of Winkle. You don't feel any change. In fact, you feel an itching in your left foot.
And my leg still hurts.
The leg does
My
still
left
hurt.
leg still hurts.
Yep. The phantom pains and phantom itching are going to be there for the rest of your life. But you're no longer at risk for the Barb Drake infection. Zabira looks at you all in turn. How did this happen? As she goes over to the leg and casts a spell on it, and the leg stops moving. The various worm-like creatures crawl back into it, and she looks at it. It's been years, possibly decades, since the last time I saw such an infection. What happened? Where did this happen?
Nakuhej. We were sent there in order to ascertain whether or not the rumors of Agradan's demise were founded.
Idris sent you to Shnakuhej.
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh. Well, then he must trust you.
We didn't see it.
He trusts
We saw
Ayla.
something else.
What did you see?
This great big dragon-like thing of shadow and death that had this barbed growth stuff on it. Its roar sounded more like a dirge than a roar of things that have died in the past. It shot a beam at me. He kind of gave me a short haircut. Not sure if it was annihilation or not, but
You're
it
gonna
was
go
very
ahead and
unpleasant, very
show-
frightful.
We're going to show it one more time here just because.
And I will use the very weak illusionary aspect of prestidigitation to try to recreate that image.
Very well. Cool. It's a little tiny version. It's cute almost.
Because Covet's still high, she's like, oh, it's so cute.
That was my stylist.
Twilight, you've been granted inspiration.
Thank you.
That's terrifying. The fact that you managed to survive with only the loss of a leg is evidence of your capability. Well, if Idris has trusted you, and you've been so capable as to escape the place that others have never returned from, then you must be quite powerful indeed. But I ask because you are strange to Shatter Shaddai. A Musatar is not natural in this place, nor are the Shatter Kai. Ayla Taylor from the Carial Isle is known to us, but a half-elf in the garb of Reston and a Triton of the Protectorate. Why are you here in Shatter Shaddai? As she offers a bowl of candies to Ayla Taylor.
We are tasked with
Yummy.
dealing with the portals that are opening between the Fey realms and here. We are seeking to meet with the Sultan in order for us to gain assistance.
Indeed.
Hey, Covet. Come here.
Covet tries to slink over around to Ayla, but because of the state she's in, it just looks like something from a cartoon. And
So you're going to
she-
Scooby-Doo this shit.
Oh, for sure.
So,
And
does that mean that she's crawling, trying to all the way over there, ass up in the air?
No,
Hello, Ayla!
no. She looks like Jessica Rabbit trying to sneak.
Twilight? If she looks like Jessica Rabbit trying to sneak, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw, sir.
That check.
Alright, Twilight's call is also sneaking like Jessica Rabbit behind his wife.
She comes up to Ayla and thinks she's whispering really quietly, but it's really more of like a stage whisper. She's like, yeah, what do you need?
I'm sharing my candy.
Oh, thanks.
As you
She's like,
reach into the bowl, the various bonbons that are in here have various surprises inside. Truffles, cherries,
They're Kinder eggs.
etc.
oh, wow. Which one have you had?
Do-do-do.
Mine was vanilla with chocolate chips.
Oh, okay. So she closes her eyes and tries to gently, but not very gently, grab a bonbon from the dish.
You
They
end up with
rattle
that.
in the glass dish. The dish rings like a bell.
Shh! You're too loud! I'm gonna get in trouble!
Well, then be quiet.
Shh!
Remember, both Ayla and Covet are high.
Absolutely.
Winkle's also high, but he's just standing there going, huh?
Covet pulls
Oh,
out a
you brownie.
bonbon that is wrapped in red foil,
Okay. It's pretty.
and she opens it and pops it in her mouth.
It's a chocolate covered strawberry.
Oh, she's like, hey, it's a chocolate covered strawberry. I'm lucky it's not toothpaste.
Shit.
Covet, for some reason, toothpaste bonbons are a thing in your mind at the moment. Congratulations.
It's just gross.
You look over at Twilight's Call. It's a thing he might have made.
This is very interesting. It reminds me of a game I used to play when back at home called Bean Boozled. You never knew what you were gonna get with jelly beans.
So, Zubaira looks at the situation. If you've been this competent, and looks at Covet and Ayla being conspiratorial over bonbons, and Twilight's Call being compelled to observe his wife, we shall call it.
Closely.
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 Very well. How closely? Is this a tactile observation?
Yeah, absolutely. It requires detailed inspections.
Understood. So the biscuits are being checked.
Yeah.
No!
Understood.
Go away! Go away! Swatting his hand.
You swat at his hand and end up hitting the couch, and Ayla, and Winkle's hand. Your aim is not good right now, Covet.
Not my fault!
No, it's Ayla's fault. That's the best part.
No, it's not.
You're the one who smoked it.
But I hurt.
How's that
Smoking and
change?
token.
That doesn't change whose fault it is. Awesome. As I have apparently killed the two of them, which is great.
Oh, is that silence again?
Ah.
You're too loud!
So,
I think
What is-
sound?
what is Eowyn doing through all of this? Eowyn? No? I think Eowyn might be AFK or muted.
Alright, I was able to keep my cats made a rest in the room.
What would you be doing during all of this?
Awen would be a bit off to the side by himself because he is a bit mortified about Ayla having to lose her leg. So,
Okay. Sitting over there concerned. Understood.
yeah.
Islaren, how are you taking this? These landlubbers got
Islaren.
high. That's so beneath you.
Lauren is mostly letting them have whatever they're having in the background and trying to continue the conversation with Zubaira.
Okay. Just as a question, because I want to know where her head's at. What is Islarin's perspective on the various characters partaking and getting high on this herbal substance, and then their subsequent behaviors? Is
I guess
Islarin a goody two shoes? Grew up as a good girl?
the first question is this a substance that like the Protectorate has any familiarity with?
Probably. You'd have
Okay.
heard of it, but probably never partaken. That's up to you. Would you have partaken of this at some point in her life?
Lauren wouldn't have.
No? Okay. What would be her perspective?
like, her perspective would be that she is trying to be patient because she knows that it was taken for medicinal purposes. But she definitely would have had friends that she had to wrangle in this situation before.
She's the designated driver. Understood.
Yes.
Gotcha. So, as you continue your conversation with Zavira, what would you ask, or what would you say?
I would mention we undertook this mission because the mission to Jnaku Hedge specifically, not the overall mission, because we were hoping to earn an endorsement from Idris in order to Sultan.
Understand.
Maybe early to ask this of you, but well,
let's roll your persuasion check.
what can we?
No. If you went to Jnaku Hedge and returned, you of course have my endorsement. You care for your friends. I can see the worry on your faces. The passion that you have for them is palpable. You were brave enough to enter my tower without question. You faced off against the Blood Mage of Shatter Shadai without asking who I was or anything about me. You accepted me willingly and my assistance. You are powerful and have escaped dangers beyond those that anyone else I know has done. I would be happy to grant you my endorsement. In fact, I think you may need mine in order to get Idris's. So, you have my endorsement to visit the Sultan. And she will
Most kind of
reach
you.
over and provide you with a sealed letter that she will write up that will list each of your names. May I know your names?
I am Islarin, daughter of Denrin and Kolos.
Islarin, daughter of Darren and Kolos. And this was Ayla. What she is known to us as the princess of the Cariol Isle.
That's good.
And the Musatar, what is your name, sir?
I am Winkle. I am a protector.
A protector?
Yes, a protector.
Covet, it has been 30 minutes. Nice try. If you are a protector, Winkle, then you have my condolences. I'm sorry for your loss to the Moose Chucks.
Thank you. It was a long war.
What I understand, there are tensions that are still high.
Yeah, you still have to be careful when you're walking along, because if you step in one of their burrows, they will grab you by the ankles and throw you to the ground.
And the soldier, the cleric, what is your name? Talk about you, Awen.
My name is Aon Via, if you need the full name.
Thank you. Are you truly from Reston? It is rare to have someone from so far away here in Shadow Shaddai.
From where? I don't recognize that name.
The country of Reston. It's where Nausha is based out of.
I didn't know.
Yep.
Yes, I am.
Interesting group you have brought together. And she turns to look and finds Twilight inspecting his wife, and his wife resisting, question mark, while eating bonbons?
Don't mess with me while I'm eating chocolate.
Understood. And their names, is she's not even going to ask them because they are occupied on the couch.
Covet looks up, and she's just like, look, and she sighs at the lady, and then she sighs at really big at Twilight. He's like, stop it! My name is Covet. I apologize for the impropriety that's happening.
Has Covet ever been high before? Little noble girl.
Or are we talking the character itself?
The character. I know that you have had all sorts of surgeries and stuff in real life.
Oh,
but the character.
Recreational? The character.
I don't need you to tell all yourself to your parents whether you've done anything recreational. God, they know. Understood.
She would. Covet would probably at one point or another probably would have.
Okay.
The Bad Girls Club of the court.
The Bad Girls Club. That's why Twilight's involved. Period. Here is he digs the bad girl.
He's part of the rebellion.
GM Eric, you
Yes,
do
sir.
know I went to Woodstock, right?
I did not know that, but now I know. And knowing's half the battle.
In fact,
Is that where you met Ayla?
No.
Okay. Understood. Ayla would not have got to Woodstock, it looks like.
No, we met on a blind date.
that was a much later in life.
Understood. See, I have very bad experiences with blind dates. That's a story for another time. But my year of darkness, we'll put it that way. Hey, long story short, 70 blind dates, 52 weeks.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. Not pleasant. So, you have my recommendation. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Is there anything I need to do to help take care of this, or am I good to go?
Well, I would visit one of the craftspeople here in town. Walking will be an issue. I do not have crutches. Perhaps one of your friends can fashion one, or you might be able to find one in town. I can provide you with a voucher.
Covet has already pulled out like her makeshift sling backpack thing that she had made in the waist. just in case if she wanted us to go ahead and take the leg. And so she says, hey, do you need this now? And it is like fabric with all these knots and stuff like that. You'd be surprised if it held together, but it's there. It's an option until she can get fitted for a prosthetic.
Twinkle just looks at her and says, I have you, my love, and picked her up very gently.
Okay. So, Winkle's going to have to carry Ayla until she gets a crutch, a walker, wheelchair, or a prosthetic, or any combination thereof. Yes, ma'am?
Save a horse, ride the moose.
Save a horse, ride a moose. Wow. Okay. Yep.
That hurt.
No, that's going to hurt later when it's put into action.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Got him.
Got me.
Ayla's gonna look at.
I love the fact that Ayla's nonplussed by this, like in real life. That's awesome.
Ayla's gonna look at Zubaira and I'm gonna say, do you have a recommendation for where I should go to find a prosthetic?
There are several places. The one that I would recommend, if you want a basic, would be the woodcutter's place. They can do one on a lathe for you. If you desire something more elaborate, I can make a few calls. Give me a few moments. She's going to stand
Yes,
up and
please.
excuse herself. She's going to leave you guys alone here in the room for a few moments.
The moose. It's just staring at Ayla, wondering what he can do to make her more comfortable. The moose is staring at Ayla, wondering what he can do to make her more comfortable. And he leans over and says, Can I do anything for you, my love?
No, I'm
We
good.
have audio.
We can hear it. What?
Twilight proceeds to hand 600 gold to each of the teammates.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Twilight.
So, as you hand out 3,600 gold, Zavira is going to return. Well, I have a few names, and she's going to produce a small book that she's going to read through. Each of these I've worked with in the past. After all, being the Minister of Health, you have several resources. I don't know what happened over there, but suddenly two of the people have massive smiles on their face. I don't know what was said, but someone's in trouble over there, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
They were claiming innocence.
Right. There's no innocence there. So, the first would be Master Quenril Vondel, and he is the artisan of echoing grace. His shop is called the Silken Frame. The next would be Tazoon. Tazoon is at the shop of Mercy of Steel. They specialize in very shiny but combat-ready prosthetics. We then have Ayali, the Dreambender, who makes prosthetics of glass, nearly as hard as bone, but beautiful. I can't really recommend him, but if you're on the cheap, you could go to Crank the Tinkerbore. And that is at Crank's Crown and Cog.
Is he going to crank that?
No.
Ooh.
Lastly, the ones I would recommend would be Mavian Silvra. And that is of Stillroot and Coil. Last names of the individuals that originally owned the shop. He's not the one I would recommend, and likely the one who would provide the highest chance of infection. But those are the names. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, not that I can think of. If this is healed over enough where I can go ahead and talk to somebody about a prosthetic, I would like to do so.
You look down at your leg. The stump is bandaged, but you can feel the leg below the stump where it's missing. You can even wiggle your toes, but nothing happens.
Well, it's because there's no toes there.
All right. She's going to stand up. Well, I will dispose of this. And she's going to pick up the leg.
Thank you very much.
She
I really
removes
don't
the
wanna see
shoe
it.
from the leg and hands it to you.
Yes, I guess I might need that for the prosthetic so that I look like I have a matched set.
Indeed. She also takes off the sock and hands that to you.
Yep.
Would you like the toe ring back as well?
Yes, please.
She slides the toe ring off of your toe and hands it to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
I aim to please. Please stay safe in Shatter Shaddai. Now, as a question for Ayla, does Ayla have any leg tattoos on that leg?
No, I did not. I
Okay.
have one. I have a tattoo on my right leg, but not my left.
Understood. Because she'd be willing to hand that to you. All right. So she's going to take the leg and walk away, leaving you guys in her home. Twilight, are you going to loot this woman's house, or are you going to leave like a good young man?
I think Twilight is still thoroughly captivated by his wife, especially with how low he rolled on that wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
That there wasn't of anything of interest in the house, just his wife.
Understood. His wife was in the house, but yes. All right. Anyone else want to do anything while you're still here at Zubira's place?
Covet, do you want my share of the coins?
Covet is not at her desk right now. However, she would say, no, you need to keep it. And she's going to look at Twilight and go, if you give them to me, he'll probably take them.
It's that I don't really want them.
You don't want the coins?
And I feel a bit guilty taking them after what
Repeat that?
I feel a bit guilty taking them after what Ayla had to go through.
I mean, if you don't want them, I'll make sure they get put to good use.
Yeah, you can take them.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Twilight's Call will take Eowyn's share of the reward. Are you guys ready to depart?
Yes.
All right. So, you guys are able to walk out into Shatter Shaddai carrying Ayla Taylor. Where are we going? What are we doing? Where would you like to go?
How late in the day is it?
Well,
I mean, because we went over to the island and then we came back and then I had surgery and
so it's going to be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Perfect time for a glass of wine. Chink chink.
I wonder if we could find any of that funny smoke stuff. I wonder if we can find any of that funny smoke stuff.
Echo, echo,
No.
echo, echo.
I do not need any of that funny smoke stuff.
So are we going to Mercy of Steel, or were we going to?
I would
help
like to
Ayla?
go to the Glass Rock Dreams and see Ilya the Dreambender. I think a glass prosthetic that's as hard as bone. Yeah, I think that would be neat.
Okay. So, you have directions provided to you by Zubaira, and so you head in that direction. It's going to take you the better part of 30 minutes to get over there. Winkle, Ayla doesn't weigh all that much compared to what you can normally carry, and so your back doesn't hurt while you're carrying this now lighter Ayla Taylor. Ayla, you never lost so much weight in one fell swoop.
Not ever, and it was not really what I would have loved to have done, but you know,
It's a good way to cut 10 pounds, right?
at least. Yeah.
Well, Winkle doesn't know exactly where he's going, so Ayla is directing him by taking his head and turning it the way she wants him to go.
Understood? Cool. So as you guys walk in and find the Glass Rot Dreams, it's a beautiful shop right behind the Temple of Seshia in the Rainfall Pavilion. As you guys walk in, you're going to be met, and I don't have art for her, but you're going to be met by a short elf. She's just a little bit taller than Covet, but she's slender and looks like she could absolutely out-wrestle someone. She's very used to dealing with various heavy weights because her prosthetics are hand-blown.
Hey, Winkle, I think she can take you.
This short elf comes up, pushes some glasses up onto her bridge of her nose. Oh, fresh, nice. Welcome. I'm Ayali. You are customers.
Yes, and my name is Ayla Taylor. Zubaira sent us to see you.
Oh, that's such a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
A member of the team. Oh, I'm so underdressed. I'm underdressed.
You're
Excuse
fine.
me.
You're
Pardon
fine.
me. One moment. Presentation. And she's going to just scuttle to the back real quick.
Oh, okay. Formalities.
You hear something break. A glass shatters in the back.
Oh. I hope it wasn't expensive.
As you guys look on, she's going to come back out, and she's got a different apron on. This one's clean. She's done her hair up in a high ponytail. Her long red hair comes down to the middle of her back. She smiles as she has washed her face. So, welcome. How can I help you?
I
think
had
Ayla needs a leg blown.
I had my lower leg amputated, and I need a prosthetic, but I would like something. I want it strong because I do a lot of traveling, but I would like it to be pretty.
Of course. How do you feel about memory etchings?
What?
She smiles. Memory etchings. They're a specialty of mine. You see, what we do is we take the memory of your leg. We infuse the prosthetic with it so that you remember it being there and it feels real. We can even animate it for a small extra fee. We can make it a construct of glass.
That sounds amazing.
Now,
Yes, I
do you
like
prefer
that.
blown or drawn glass? Or a combination?
Which one's stronger?
Oh, both are ensured to be of utmost quality and quite durable.
Well, I love blown glass, but drawn glass can be so pretty too. How about a combination?
Of course. Are you thinking the calf muscle being a blown bulb with the drawn glass for the bones? It'd be
Yeah.
transparent so that we can see through the surface to the core of drawn glass.
Oh, that would be lovely.
I think we can do this. Do you have any colors in mind?
Oh, it has to be in some shade of, dark green, emerald green, something in that neighborhood.
Transparent? Translucent? You want to be able to see down to the musculature and bone, or do you want it to be opaque?
What do you think?
Who are you asking?
Covet, what do you think?
I think, knowing you, you would definitely want to see the musculature. You would definitely want to see skeletal. But I would have something more. I would make it elegant in its own right.
It needs to be functional, like have special capabilities.
Take it off easily and
Agreed. Agreed. It needs to have special
You
capabilities.
mean like
So,
shove your foot?
shush! I'm talking about maybe a protection spell because maybe you were like
Yeah.
something, some runes in it that could potentially protect you or give or augment some sort of power that you already have. But you, with etching and things like that, that this obviously very skilled glassworker is. Thank you. They could make it beautiful art as well. Just have all that in it.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Would-
Something of that nature. Probably a protection.
So, like, I don't know, a prosthetic of protection.
I like it. I like it.
He looks at you.
But
We can do so. It does cost extra.
Oh, I'm sure it does, but I can pay for it. Not a problem.
Very well. We can attempt to do so. So, let's see here. World green. Able to see the musculature and bones underneath. Being able to have a bit of fun with a slight mechanical aspect. Turning it into a glass construct. Indeed.
Oh yes, yes. And then some type of I like the ward of protection. That sounds like a really nice idea.
Understood. The normal cost for a prosthetic like this is going to be 800 gold. Plus the enchantment of protection will cost a little extra. Geomeric is going to find how much that's supposed to cost. That would add an additional 3,500 for a total of 4,300 gold in order to get this crafted for you.
No problem. We can do that.
Understood.
Dang.
So, give me a few moments. Do you have a couple of hours for me to craft this?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
If you come back after dinner time, it will be ready.
Thank you. I do appreciate. Do you want your money now? I can give it to you now.
Half now, half after.
Okay, so 4,300 would be 2,150.
Yes.
Okay.
Yay for math teacher. Cool. Awesome.
I've given her the 2,150.
Okay.
And if it's the same to y'all, I'm going to get, I'll think of it in a minute.
And here we
Winkle.
go. I'm just going to put that on the screen for you there.
Oh, she's cute. I'm going to get Winkle to take me back to the Ebb and Pearl, because I feel like I need to just rest for a little while. This has been very stressful.
Okay. So
The Boinkle reaches over and gently lifts her again. And he says, I'm going to miss carrying you.
the
Of
girl
course you
behind the
won't have
counter
to
looks
carry
at
me
you.
anymore.
Oh, that's so sweet. I wish I had someone to carry me.
Who says you won't get to carry me anymore?
You're so cute. I wish I had someone. Well, have a wonderful time. We'll see you after dinner.
Thank you very much.
And she will go off to start work. You guys going to the Eben Pearl?
Know about them, but I am.
And since I'm the rent-a-moose, we go that way.
All right, the Rent-A-Moose drives to the Eben Pearl. As you guys approach the hotel, you're able to go up to your suite, which is waiting for you.
The moose is there, carries her into her room, and puts her gently down, and then says, "What can I get for you, my lady?"
I'm very hot and tired, and I'm hungry. So maybe we need to look into getting some luncheon for all of us. While that's happening, I'm going to leave that to y'all today. And while that's happening, I'm just going to lay here and close my eyes and rest. This has been a very eventful day. And it's only half over.
Yep. So, it's about this time, Covet, that the high is starting to wear down. Did you come back to the Eben Pearl with Twilight? Sorry, Mr. Grabby Hands.
We've lost him.
Twilight?
Yes.
What the hell was that?
Hey, Mr. Grabby Hands, he's talking to you.
I'm here.
Did you return to the Eben Pearl with your wife?
Yes, we have to make sure that she is lucid before we continue any other additional activities.
And all you hear is giggles.
It must not be
As she walks into the room looking for more candy.
Okay.
We
No
need
eat.
food.
No eat?
Knowing Twilight's
I have
call,
the munchies.
knowing Twilight's call, I'm going to ask a couple questions here. Twilight, on the way back to the Eben Pearl, did you stop at a roadside vendor for food and grab a whole bunch of caramel popcorn?
It wouldn't have been caramel popcorn.
What would it have been?
It would probably be some
Your mom
type
loves
of
chocolate.
pastry that has some type of chocolate drizzle on it.
Chocolate popcorn.
She gets it. Oh my gosh. She gets it.
Of course I do. I fell in love with that stuff over there.
Yes, but that's not what he picked. So, Covet, would
She'll still take it begrudgingly, but it's not chocolate
It's
popcorn.
got some cinnamon and sugar on it as well.
Twilight, are you baiting your wife into certain locations with this. Since she's hungry.
Candy will travel.
Have candy will travel. Understood. So, Twilight, you will masterfully direct your wife to where we can fade to black. Understood. So, we will get to that. For someone sent me a question about the glass making. We will cover that in a moment. So, what would you guys like to do here at the suite after, 30 minutes?
Me, I'm going to eat and then sleep.
Okay, eat and sleep. Understood.
Twinkle is going to eat and eat.
Eat and eat. Understood. Covet. I see the finger poised.
She's going to try to get sober and have all the munchies.
Understood. As the blood flow is stimulated in order to get sober, you will enjoy the chocolate crepe that was provided to you by your delicious husband.
Delicious being the word, hubby. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Twilight,
Fade to black.
did you hand that crepe to her, or did you use the crepe?
Used it and piecemealed it.
Understood. Strategically located. Understood. So, Eowyn, is there anything you want to do here at Even Pearl, the hotel? Or Slarin?
Sloran would start toward Captain Twilight's room and then decide, well, you're probably busy.
The door opens. They're done.
Right. I will look at Twilight and just say that was a very brave thing you did.
Well, the situation was kind of unique.
Of course. And well, frankly, you made the only right call that you could have.
Well,
It's a hard one
Vice
to make.
Verona is very capable. We needed to know what was in that area. There was no way that Ayla was going to be able to move. And we needed an understanding. That was the mission that was given to us. To me, that was the only way that we could get that in a timely manner. Though I didn't quite expect to come in contact with that dragon.
Me neither. I don't understand what that thing could have been.
I almost felt more afraid of it than I did Vagradan.
Roll an insight check, the two of you. Thank you, Slarin. Twilight. It had the feeling of something that would be the perfect mate for Vagradan, that would enhance his power and be the perfect match. You have met Vagradan's mate.
You know, if I was a betting man, we encountered those many Vagradan entities while we were sailing. This was the lair of Vagradan. I almost wonder if that shadow dragon entity thing was Vagridan's mate.
Verdansk.
It's a scary
Thinking
thought,
about that
but
as a concept makes me shudder.
me too. But even shadow dragons need love too.
I wasn't aware they were capable of it.
We did encounter those mini Vagridans, so something had to have happened.
Well, that is perhaps one more evil that needs to be purged then.
But did you really think my actions were that much out of character?
I did not say they were out of character. I just said that they were brave. I think you are, you know. I think you are brave. And I just wanted to let you know that was my opinion of you.
I appreciate it. I know we don't always see eye to eye, and I know we don't always just accept each other's methodologies, but I hope you understand why I do things.
I don't think I do, but I am open to learning.
I look forward to future lessons.
Not sure I like the way you say that.
Twilight just smiles.
So, you guys are able to get a short rest here. Go ahead and hit the short rest button. Use whatever hit dice you need. After a while, it's time to go and pick up the leg. Is there anything you guys want to do before departing to go collect the new leg? No? Awesome. So we can leave the Ebon Pearl and head back out into Shatter Shaddai proper. You guys return to the lovely establishment and find Iyali there. She's very pleased with herself as you walk in. Oh dear, welcome. Welcome back. I think we're ready. She's going to reach down and produce a large wooden box, about 3 feet wide by about a foot deep and a foot tall. She puts it on the counter. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm very excited to see it.
She opens the box facing you, and as it opens, the glistening shine of the glass leg inside here shimmers with a magical sheen. It's interwoven with veins going under the skin. You can see the white glass bone inside. You see the fibers of the muscles, and everything's encased in this emerald green, nearly completely invisible bulb. It's shaped like a beautiful leg, and it's got a socket at the top that is padded. There's a harness to attach this to your leg that goes up and around your hips.
It looks like it will be comfortable.
We can hope. Will you try it on?
Yes, can you help me?
She smiles. Really? Oh, I'd love
Yes,
to.
I've never put one of these on, and you're experienced at seeing them, so yeah, will you help me?
She nods. Of course. Do you have one of your friends? Is this gentleman the one who would help you in the future?
I hope.
I think perhaps.
She blushes at that. Then let me show you how to buckle it on. And she's going to go through the whole process. And in order to do this, she has to raise your skirt.
I
Ayla,
know, and I blush a little.
you blush a little.
Yeah.
So, Bwinkle, we're going to put on a little bit of a show for you here. We don't have to go into the details of it, but needless to say, there's a lot of hips and underwear shots here.
Ooh, Winkle's trying to be such a gallant gentleman. However, his moose lips are quivering.
Understood. Now, this glass is infused with a variety of ancient minerals. We've collected them. You are familiar with adamantine powder, yes?
Yes. Yes.
This leg is infused with that, so it won't shatter,
Oh, wow.
but it won't bend either. The leg is very strong. It'll provide you with protection magically as you wear it. And she's going to fasten a buckle around you, and you're going to feel the magic surge through you as the leg casts the protection over you.
Okay.
Now, if you make sure that you take care of it, and you regularly use this oil on the ankles, you should be able to walk fairly straightforwardly.
Oh, that was amazing.
Now, do be careful, because certain magics can break it.
Okay.
You want to make sure not to be affected by anything called shatter.
Oh, yeah.
There's not much we can do about that. So ensure that you're not affected.
Okay, let's hope I won't.
Now, we do provide a 3-year warranty if you choose to take it.
Yes, I think I probably should. I'm not the most graceful thing.
Understood. Well, here you go. And I believe you have the rest of the coins.
Yes, I do. Let's see, I believe that would be when I would the
$21.50.
yeah, I know, but will the warranty cost any extra?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
We take great pride in our work. So, the musculature and bones and everything in this thing look real, just made of glass.
Absolutely amazing.
The glass is stronger than steel, for the observer who was asking, but can be afflicted by the spell Shatter, which does break glass things. So it's magically infused, it's strong, and it will hold your weight. It will be durable, but it's not indestructible.
Well, nothing's really indestructible. Even fine armor can be destroyed. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's good. I just like the idea of glass.
I'm glad you
think
chose
that's
our
really
shop.
cool. I just really think that's cool.
Thank you.
And it is beautiful work. You're a very talented lady. I
Thank
shall
you.
recommend you to everyone I meet.
Thank you. Please have a wonderful day, and may it serve you well.
Thank you very much.
And you guys can depart. If you guys want to find out more about this sort of thing, there's a TV series called Blown Away, which is a glass blowing competition. It's really good.
Yes, I've seen that. It's amazing. Do I need to add this to my inventory
No.
sheet?
If
Okay.
if you want to, you can, but it's essentially a ring of protection, but
Okay.
in leg form.
Okay.
Yep.
right.
Now, I got a message asking me for a price check, and so I need to go ahead and address that price check here. Let me find the ammunition. The ammunition, if you were to go to a magic shop and find it here, each shot at +3 ammunition is 400 gold pieces. And no, we are not doing beads of force attached to arrows. Attaching things to arrows like that breaks the game. We're not going to ruin campaigns by doing so. Nice try.
And Twilight fails again. Yes, I'm throwing him under the bus because that is so totally something he would do.
Well, he's sitting there acting like he's guilty. So, I mean, I already figured that out.
When it comes to the game, Twilight is always guilty.
Not wrong. Okay. So, you've gotten the approval of Idris and Zabira today. You've gotten a leg removed, infested, and replaced. You've discovered what lies at Jnakuhej, and it is dinner time. What's for dinner tonight?
Just to
Steak.
confirm, Idris gave us like the actual approval, not just the gold.
He would have given you the approval, yes.
Okay.
So how many are we missing?
We're up to 5 earned now. We need Basira,
more.
Farouk, Jamila, Kadir, Layla, Fia, and then we still need to like actually close out the investigation for Sadiqa, and it should be doable, but we still need to get there.
I mean, didn't we complete the investigation and we have all the information? We just need to report back.
Yes,
Uh,
but it's. Go for it. It's Lauren. I'm sorry.
We have Neve's testimony. I still want to get someone who can corroborate any of it. I don't trust her.
I can. As she pulls out the notebook, she's like, I can get an anonymous person
Give me just a moment. I'll
to
be right back.
corroborate the story.
If that anonymous person is a certain wizard who we met in this city, who travels with a pair of Goliaths, who can testify to the truth of whether or not they pulled out a fiendish heart from Nafis, and I'm saying this very much under my very quietly to the rest of the group. Then I'd be open to that.
I mean, I can send a note and on a blank page and potentially rip that out to get that corroboration. Would that work?
I thought you were asking. Were you saying you would send a message to someone, or are you saying that you would create that evidence?
I would send a message to that someone so they could actually write it out anonymously.
Oh. Yes, as long as they are telling the truth.
I could try.
Go for it.
So, what are we doing?
So Covet is going to open the book of Zorath Zath.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. And she is going to, and officially, she, and GM, this is out of character. This is a question for you.
Yes.
Who officially has that book in the Friday Night Lights? Is it Gur or is it Tyro? Because I'm very confused on that.
That's the fun part. You don't know.
All right, so she opens the book
Uh-huh.
and she says, before she starts writing, she looks at Islam and she says, okay, I need to know word for word what we need from this. So I can be very direct and I need to be very direct, very open, very honest about what it is they need to say without compromising themselves. Because they're doing their own investigation as it is, correct? From what I understand. So, what do I need to say exactly?
I don't think we need to direct what we want to hear from them. I just want to ask them, what do they know of how and why Neve confronted Nafis? And I suppose whether they're aware of Nafis's activities prior to that encounter with Neve.
Okay, so Covet is going to write out, hello, my friend, on an official level, and then write out exactly what Islauren just said.
One moment. Let me see what I can do. Gonna try to get this person in here so that you can send a message to them. Because I got connections.
Woohoo! I love cross-campaign stuff.
All right. All right. Try to get him in here. Dragging him in here real quick. There we go. All right. So, the Book of Zorik Zaf is going to vibrate and have a message in it. What's the message that we sent through the Book of Zorik Zaf?
Okay, so Covet is going to say, hello, my friend. And she is going to say, on an official capacity, and she's going to completely underline that, bold, italic, all of it. On an official capacity, what do you know of the... Sorry, I'm having... What do you know of the situation of Nafis and the investigation going forward? How and... Okay. And she scratches that out and she's like, I don't like how that's worded. And she scratches all that out and she's like, okay, dear friend, on an official capacity, how and why did Neve... Please tell me I'm pronouncing that correctly. Am I pronouncing that correctly, GM? Okay. How and why did Neve come to confront Nafis? And what activities of Nafis were you aware of prior to the confrontation? And she's going to sign it, your friend, Covet.
And then?
And then she's going to say, wee ba, wee woo shash.
All right. What's the response that she gets back in 5 minutes?
All right. On an official capacity, how and why did Neve come in to confront Fireboy, and what's the ending of it again?
Correct.
What was the last part of it again? I forgot.
Yeah.
I was writing it down.
What activities of Nafis were you aware of prior to that confrontation?
Were we aware of before?
And I'm so glad you're here. Oh my gosh, yay!
No, you're welcome. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go grab that last cup of coffee I just sat down with before I moved to my computer.
Please grab coffee. Coffee's important.
I just curled up. I got like a few chapters in my book. I just got a fresh cup of coffee. I'm like, Discord notification. What's that?
So for those who don't know,
makes
what
sense.
we have done is we have reached out to the Friday night group and brought in one of the players from the Friday night group to participate in the Saturday group, because the Friday group has information that may assist the Saturday group. So Granak from Friday Night Lights is here to assist in the research gathering and information gathering for Covet.
Hello.
So, yeah. Because all of the campaigns are interconnected and going on at the same time.
With minor timey-wimey shenanigans.
Slightly, yes.
What are you talking about? What shenaniganery? I
Well,
don't know what you're talking about.
Currently at this exact moment in time, Granak is currently in combat with a three-headed skeleton lord.
No, we just killed it after
Right.
he forcefully made me not smite him to death.
Yep. It was fun. Anyway,
Nothing too major.
so what's the response?
Let me get my thoughts. All right.
Okay. Do you need me to repeat the question because I?
No, I wrote it down so that you wouldn't
Okay.
have to. No, that's why I had you repeat the
That's how
ending
you
of it
know
so I could
things.
have it written down as the knower of things.
We take notes here?
Yes.
One
some of
person
us
does.
Some of us do. Some of us do.
Some of us have 5 different documents open at the same time, making sure everything gets kept on track.
Or the fact that we have like 12 different notebooks at one point or another. I don't know
Mhm.
what you're talking about.
I have an entire Google Doc titled Tyro's Stupid Book, and one titled People We Know.
I love that so much.
Tyro couldn't keep track of his own stupid book, so I did it for him.
That tracks. It's Tyro. I love him to death too.
Emphasis on death.
Alright, so what did we know before confronting him?
Well, the first question is, how and why did Neve come to confront Nafis?
Alright, so do you just want me to start talking, or do you want
Go
me
for
to
it.
start writing
No,
stuff down?
Just
and
go
then...
ahead.
Alright, so before we had our full engagement, he either wanted her hand in marriage or the heart, which we discovered was the seal of... Oh god. How far back is that?
Inevitability.
Feel of finality?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
We found we found out that was the seal before meeting up with you all. After that, we found out that there was no true intent on using the seal for evil, but we all agreed he shouldn't have it. When confronting him, we found out he was a fiend during combat and took his heart for proof. Neve offered herself up as marriage material to help us begin everything. Postly, she ended up soul taking his body and promised us to get rid of it eventually. Parentheses, I really don't like this, end parentheses.
They did get married, and then she stole his body.
Yeah, the marriage was officialized. Then he died. We found out he was a fiend because I smited him, and then she took his body and put his soul in a jar. Right. He
Mm-hmm.
put his soul in a jar.
Okay. So, before she says anything, she kind of waits for a minute just to make sure that that's all that's going to come through.
Yep. And I'll end it with like we'll wait for response.
Okay.
Over.
So she sends back a message stating, message received. But how would you want to say this in an official public
Yeah, for
capacity?
the public eye, so that if held to scrutiny.
Correct. And she puts that on another page.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like, do you want me to write this down or just start talking?
Yeah, she puts it, she wants to understand exactly what happened because she wasn't there. But at the same time, she's like, I need something in a official capacity that's not going to
Yeah.
incriminate you guys and not incriminate us, but state facts in all 100% truth.
If
But
they
with protection.
if they go and look for Mr. Flamey Boy, they will find his body as of now, with Neve as the host.
Oh, just because it's for good measure, I am going to put both Neve and Nafis on the screen for you guys for reference. There you go.
Yeah, so she is soul hopping into his corpse and has his soul in a jar.
Right.
So he's still available and seen to the public. But she said she would slowly and quote unquote methodically shift him out of the public view and deal with him.
For an investigation, though, what can we tell those powers that be without incriminating or compromising the situation as is?
So let me go ahead and just step in here as a GM. Granek, Covet is looking for a lie that we can feed the public. That may be the truth.
That's not a lie.
Okay, right.
That's not a lie.
That's not a lie.
A lie, but not a lie.
Sorry, a spin.
Yeah,
the
best
collaborative story.
Yeah, no, this is also my character's 10 charisma as a paladin coming up, and he's like,
Okay, that totally counts. That totally checks. Okay.
So the
Great.
lawful, this is what happened, and nothing else.
No, correct. But this is my character's brain short-circuiting and looking to the party going, guys.
Right.
But in actuality, he would write back something along the lines of, the happy couple is married and might be having a honeymoon out of the city soon.
So say that one more time. The happy couple is married and what? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that last one.
Might have a honeymoon out of the city soon. AKA her taking his body away to deal with it.
The official line is that they're happily married and going to go on their honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
Your insight, Covet, is that Nafis isn't coming back. But what's true is they got married and are going on a honeymoon.
You fell off the boat.
But it still doesn't answer the question of what she needs for the investigation.
Okay.
That's where she's having an issue.
So what do you want for the investigation?
The investigation is she needs something along the lines of he was looking for better ways to empower the city for protection, but had a change of heart in ways to do so.
That's a great line.
That is what she is looking for.
All right. So you have been instructed to say something almost exactly like that, Granek. Would you?
I mean, sure. To my brain, there is no investigation going on. Last I heard, everything happened. It was kind of swept under the rug, so my character walked off.
Right.
Right. But still, as Longstrider's companions, as Longstrider's allies, she would have to say, okay, before she writes it on another page, she's like, look, I need something along the lines of he was looking to use the seal to better protect the city, but the ways to do so would compromise things and had a change of heart. I need you to write that on another page.
Yeah, no, he will just essentially copy paste it for you and give you what you need. Because that's close enough.
Yep.
Because
I mean, it's truth.
Yeah,
but
without
not truth.
Yeah, without us having it like a real investigation, that's close enough. Yep, we'll take it. Thumbs up.
Awesome. Cool.
Paladin will bless off on that.
She's not aware of it.
And I'm not lying either.
Yeah, there are no
not
technical lies.
I am playing into the whole Faye thing.
all
Plausible
people-
deniability.
Of all people to be trying to bust chops here, you're the last one who has room to talk, Twilight.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm kind of like the stone cold poker face. Yeah, no, the guy who does the straight to your yap.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, yeah, okay, sure, go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, so she's gonna tell him to write that on a totally different page with an anonymous signature, so nothing is compromised.
All right, so I'm sending you. She thought that he was going to do something to the city.
Yeah. So we'll send back the exact message. It's fine. Cool.
Yeah, I'm writing it in my notes, so I have my stuff going.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Thank you, Granite. Appreciate
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I miss you so much. Oh my gosh.
Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your book and coffee.
Absolutely. We love you all. Have a good day.
And let me know what book you're reading. Send me a message.
Yeah, I'll send you a message.
So you have your official document.
Okay, so where's the document specifically?
It's in the Book of Zorf Staff. We haven't actually made it, but you've gotten exactly what you wanted typed up.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So with that, when she receives that on a clean page,
Yep.
she shows it to Islauren and says, it's no lie. It's truth. He had a change of heart. We're getting what we want without compromising at the moment. Is that
Lauren,
okay with you for the moment?
before I answer that question, was Covet doing the whole process alone, or would she have let Islauren see everything that Greenock responded with?
She would have let Islauren see that conversation in itself. But she would be explaining through the whole process that she would not want to compromise Neve at the moment because it could compromise everything else going forward. It would be something that we could say, that we could have an anonymous tip that there is something not quite right as on our way out the door. So we can do something right in the process, but do it on our time where we know we need to deal with it, because Covet doesn't agree with it, with just letting it sit. But we need it right now.
Then Islauren will nod slowly. We have our knowledge of the truth. And that will come to light.
In our time. But for now, with this confession, we are still not lying either. because there was a change of heart. Just how the change of heart
Literally.
happened doesn't need to be known.
I think it is
So-
a risk to tell a live omission. Or I understand it is a risk either way, though.
It is still a risk. But for me personally, what is the risk? What is the greater good for the risk? It is all part of the game. And unfortunately, yes, it is a game, but it's a game that we play to win.
Perhaps there's a difference in how we see it then.
Which is fair. Our cultures are not the same, but our end game is the same. I am not saying that the truth will not come out ever, but it will come out on our time.
Very well.
While they've been doing this, what have Ayla, Winkle, Eowyn, and Twilight been doing?
I'm sleeping.
Okay. You're unconscious. Awesome. Winkle?
I'm just sitting outside her door after I've munched everything around. We had moose munch, and I just waiting for her to wake up and see if she needs anything.
As you
that
pine
a-
for your love.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Eowyn, what are you doing?
We're back at the
Sorry, can't hear you. Speak up.
we're back at the hotel.
Yeah, we should be back at the. You guys can go back to the hotel. Yep.
Ewan is just resting in his room, really.
Okay. Cool.
Calming down a bit from all the stress.
Understood. Twilight is currently taking care of the dinner plans. He's going to be getting you guys Rathian Taipei. Okay.
I'm just saying that sounds yummy.
I was just thinking that myself.
I do my best to.
I need some Chinese food.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Add it to the cookbook, Ayla. Add it to the cookbook.
Yep. What I need to do is I need to collect all of your recipes and all of my recipes and put them all into one big thing and publish it.
I don't see a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, could throw crab soup in there.
Crap soup.
Crab.
Crab.
C-R-A-B.
Okay, I heard crap.
That would have been
Western Shore.
Well, that would be
crab
brown.
soup, not the kind with the cream in it.
GM, please
Yes?
look at my camera real quick.
Yeah. That's exactly why.
Like-
All right.
I'm
Yep.
so excited about
Yep.
that shirt.
It's crap soup because I'm the GM and that's why.
You win.
Yep. So, you guys can go ahead and bed down for the night after some Rathian Taipei. The food is well done. It's delicious. And you guys will have enough leftovers for Ayla Taylor to eat in the morning. So you guys get the benefits of a long rest tonight. You guys get to sleep, have some slightly troubling dreams of being in Janakuhej, but generally, due to the stress and everything, each of you sleeps soundly and wakes up the next morning. What would you like to do the next morning? Miss Lauren?
I am. I'm gonna get up bright and early, and like once everyone is gathered, I'll ask who we should pay a visit to next.
So, who should you guys pay a visit to next?
Honestly, I mean, we've seen a lot of the big guys that we've needed to see that has just come naturally. I am halfway leaning towards, and she says this as the to the group as a whole. I'm leaning towards Kadir Al-Farid, the Stormcaller, because of the sole fact of Shalom. We have released her into Estrella. She was bound. She was captive. That would be a in. But if I'm wrong, please speak now.
I was hoping you would suggest him.
Covet sits tall and smiles a little bit. Like, I did good. Yay.
Twilight defers to his wife.
Okay. Like a good husband?
Yes.
Absolutely. Must support her in all her endeavors.
With that being said, she does go a little farther and says, anybody that is from Estrella, particularly, would be a good idea to speak with, especially since we have,
Wayfinder?
most of us have become wayfinders. Exactly. That's not something to, as we would say, frown upon where we're from. It's not something to take lightly. So I would say any of them from Estrella in particular, but yes, Kadir Al-Farid, the Stormcaller for Shalom.
Do we get benefits because we freed Shalom?
I don't know. That's one of the things that we're gonna have to talk to him about.
You guys want to head in that direction?
Yes, and on the way there, I'd like to cast See Invisibility to see if I notice any more of those. I think they were scrying orbs that we saw like earlier.
So, as you are checking for scrying orbs and moving along, you will not see any scrying orbs. You will see a couple of people. They're tabaxis. There's 4 of them. And they're all slinking along, very confident that they're invisible, and pointing out various sites and looking at various shops, looking through windows, etc. They're not doing anything nefarious, and they don't seem to be sneaking other than the fact that the 4 of them are invisible.
And we see them?
Not you.
Or okay.
It's Lauren sees them. Do you make any note of that?
I'll turn in their direction and raise an eyebrow.
They don't care.
Nothing further. Yeah, nothing further.
Okay. Yep. The only thing that you'll see is that one of them will steal an orange from a stand.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. We
Well,
were
you don't
describing
see it
something.
regardless.
What were you looking at?
You're not looking at anything. Islarin is.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Islarin has see invisibility and notice someone invisible steal an orange.
Which is frankly a little below our pay grade.
And Covet, for your benefit, it was a group of 4 tabaxi.
How do you
All
guess
right.
who those were?
I have no idea. I mean,
They speak with a Russian accent.
do they speak with a Russian accent? And are they constantly looking for moose and squirrel?
They are not looking for anyone at the moment. They're window shopping.
Did they react to Bwinkle?
Would they react to Bwinkle? Yes. But Bwinkle is not the individual they are looking for.
Okay. That being said, would they be looking for moon sugar
That possibly.
and saucer of milk?
Definitely moon sugar. Saucer of milk, kind of below them.
But moon sugar. Yes.
Of course. So, moving forward, as we allow the little cameo to, the catio to go past.
The catio, yes, the catio.
You guys can approach Kadir's
Meow.
mage tower. Yep, meow.
Meow.
As you guys arrive,
Hmm.
there's a guard there. He just waves you in. None of the formality of other towers where your presence is questioned or anything. You're just ushered inside. As you guys walk in, the place is a little bit on the over the top side. It's blue. You look out the windows, the cityscape is gone. You guys can recognize not necessarily the specific location, but the terrain of the distant Australia. As you guys come in, you'll hear, yes, I'll be there later today. It appears I have guests. One moment. Yes, go ahead and have that shipment delivered. We'll get it taken care of. And striding into the place is a towering individual, 6'5", 198 pounds. His long white hair blows with an unfelt wind. Comes into the room. Greetings. Welcome. Ladies, a pleasure to meet you. I am Kadir, a member of the Batim and generally handsome devil. How can I help you today? As he goes to kiss the back of your hand, Islarin.
I'll let him do so, and I'll say, I am Miss Lauren, daughter of Denrin and Kolos.
Oh,
My friends and I were hoping to meet with you.
your mother must have been beautiful and your father as handsome of a man as ever. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. And the rest of you. He goes over and gives a slight bow to grasp Covet's hand and kiss the back of her hand.
Hello, my name is Covet, and may I introduce you to my husband, Twilight.
Ah, the luckiest man in the world, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And may he never forget it.
She wouldn't let me.
Exactly.
And this ravishing individual, red hair, from the Cariel Isles, no doubt. The queen,
yes.
the princess.
The princess.
Truly,
Isla.
your grace. And he bows sweetly. Still single. Are you still single?
Yes.
Well, perhaps we can change that. Please. A seat. Gentlemen. And he gestures to the chairs. Gives you guys each a nod of affirmation. Eowyn, Winkle, and Twilight, you are in the presence of what we would call a schmoozer. He will not stand, nor will he sit. He will perch on the edge of the couch, on the armrest. So, how can I, the Stormcaller of Shadow Shaddai, assist you?
Well, these are Twilight's Call, Eowyn, and Winkle.
A pleasure, gentlemen.
And the 6 of us are seeking a meeting with the Sultan in order to...
Ooh, right to business. I like it.
Indeed. We have traveled far across the world. We have seen Reston, Shu, Protectorate, and we have walked across the continent of Australia.
Truly, my homeland. Pleasure. Did you meet any of the tribes?
We met several.
Really? Which ones?
Met the Slashing Winds.
Ah, tempestuous people they are. Pleasant, though.
Indeed. And the Still Waters as well. The Rude Sands.
The Rude Sands. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Rude Sands were my favorite. Gave them a cursed axe. They were very grateful.
I have got to be honest. I have never met anyone who enjoyed the Rude Sands. They tend to be caustic and they get everywhere, and it's horrible. I hate them.
Well, it depends. It depends on how you approach them.
They were
honestly,
very accommodated. They even gave us a box of potions.
the more insults you give them, the happier they are. It was very interesting.
I will have to do so the next time I encounter any of them, which I hope will be a very long time away.
You visit your homeland often?
Occasionally. It's not what it used to be. You see, youth has a tendency to make the mundane beautiful. I understand the suffering that the people there go under, but it makes them strong. Do you understand? I sometimes question whether I would still be able to cut it there, which is why I return from time to time for a camping trip.
We also got to interact with some of the guardians and spirits of Australia while we attained our Wayfinder's capability.
You are Wayfinders. An honor to have you in the household. I see that she is injured. How did the rest of you manage to become Wayfinders?
Let's just say that
Fear of the mountain.
fear is no longer in the mountain.
I ate fear.
He looks at you. Fear is always in the mountain. But if you have defeated it once and become Wayfinders because of it, you are to be congratulated and honored. Here. And he offers a collection of glasses from a tray. A toast to the Wayfinders of Australia. He pours wine for each of you. A toast. And he holds up his glass. To those who guide the way through the storm. He takes a drink.
I will drink.
I'll drink as well.
Drink.
It's got a bit of a buzz to this wine. There's almost like an electric discharge as you guys consume it.
It's a little shocking.
Lightly electrifying?
Yes. Well, so
That chills. They're multiplying.
We
But I like
encountered
it.
many portals during our travels through Estrella of bleed over from the Fey realms. One of them had even captured a Shalone that we ended up freeing through our travels.
Who
Thalia
have freed
Neverworld.
Shalone?
From Thalia Neverworld, yes.
Well, my mistress is free. Well, there go my dalliances. I'm sorry, ladies, I am officially taken. Once again. My first love is once again available. I must commune.
Should we let her know you're coming?
He smiles. She will know each and every time that I arrive.
Of that, I am sure.
Ah,
How long
Shalone.
have you known her?
Whole life. She's been gone for years, though. To have her back. It's the wind in my hair, the lightning in my veins, the surge within. Well, that's for her.
She unleashed quite the movement right outside her tower on the lake. It was quite inspiring.
Truly. I'm not a jealous individual. Such a entity cannot be contained or constrained to one man. They must be shared and enjoyed and propagated to the masses. Do you wish to become followers of Shalom? To join with her in everlasting motion? To feel her charge through you?
We know of those that would be more than happy to follow Shalone in her never-ending movement. However, unfortunately for Shalone, we are spoken for.
Well, if that ever changes, know that I am an evangelist for Shalone and would gladly introduce you to her. But you say you've already met her. Surely she left you changed.
You did.
Preferably for the better.
I would say so. I've learned from her.
He raises an eyebrow. When one learns from Shalon, they learn many things. And the knowledge grows with us. So, back to business. Now that we have the good news of the freedom of my mistress and my lady, I cannot wait to be rejoined with you, Shalon the Great. Wherever you are, visit me soon. You seek an audience with the Sultan.
Indeed.
I will.
Primary purpose is to close these portals.
Oh, the portals, yes. Terrible creatures, terrible entities come through. It's to be avoided if possible. Did you know that in one day I managed to close 3 of them by myself?
It's impressive.
Thank
No
you.
How did you do
feat.
so?
No, not easy feat. Strong feat. Well proportioned.
Strength of feet?
I suppose. I suppose they are quite robust. But regardless, I was able to close the 3 portals. There are others that appear here in town. Should you find one and close it, provide me with a report and evidence of the closure, and I will grant you my approval to meet the Sultan. Simple enough?
Where
How do
particularly
you
have you
close the portal?
How? Oh, naturally through magic. You see, you take the weave and you crush it back over the tear. You ensure that you stitch the magic around it, and you form weaves around that tear so that it is repaired, allowing the weave to remain solid and whole, preventing a new piercing in that place. It's an arduous process. Most people determine it to be dispel or destroy crystals. It depends on the portal. But in my case, I simply wove the weave together as a tailor might do so on a loom.
We do indeed have a tailor.
Truly? Ah, yes, Lady Ayla. A pleasure,
Yeah.
my lady.
Yes.
What do you specialize in sewing?
I don't sew that much. That was my parents.
Surely you learned from them.
Oh, I did, and I do, but my talent lies in cookery.
Cookery. A woman who likes to cook. Oh, delightful. Ah, delightfully traditional. I sometimes enjoy entering the kitchen myself and performing a special meal. What is your meal of choice? Your signature dish, if I may ask.
Oh, well, I would have to say that it's chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
Yes.
How delightfully southern.
And I serve it with different sauces depending where we are and what is available. Sometimes it's a maple syrups. I've served it with fruit syrups. I've served it with honey. So just whatever is available works well.
Have you tried the sap of a maple tree, boiled and distilled down into a sugar?
Oh, yes. Wonderful, wonderful things.
So, regardless, find a portal within Shadow Shaddai, close it, and return to me with the evidence that it has been closed. That is all it takes. And you will receive my endorsement to meet the Sultan. After all, how could I possibly reject such beautiful women and such handsome men?
I believe Cubbit was asking, do you have an idea of where portals are more likely to open?
Actually, yes. Within the Grand Library, there's usually some experiments being done there, and the tears open up. If you have some endorsements from several of the people, myself included, you may enter the Grand Library. Have you received endorsements from other members of the team prior to this?
5 others, but
Yes.
Then it only takes 3. You can gain access to the Grand Library and all the resources within. The knowledge there is immense. I do believe there is an application process, though.
my question is this.
Yes,
You say
my lady.
the portals are opening in the Grand Library itself by experiments. Who's performing these experiments?
Our students, they're inexperienced. You see, there was once a staff known as the Baneful Ashwood Spire. And it was an artifact that we kept here in the Grand Library in Shadow Shaddai for hundreds, if not thousands of years. One day, an individual was practicing a certain ritual that is classified. But suffice it to say, he was attempting to correct a chronal shift. During the experiment, an accident happened, and the staff was shattered into many pieces. These pieces were transported throughout the various planes. It's a shame. It was a powerful artifact that allowed the control of portals. Due to the accident, the staff was shattered and now is lost. No one knows where many of the shards are, but one shard still remained. It was confiscated from the mage in question.
We're actually looking for those shards.
Truly? Why?
To close these portals for good.
You seek to reestablish the main foot of Ashwood Spire.
Yeah.
That is no small feat. You'll be traveling across planes and realities to entire existences that boggle the mind. I admire your gumption.
Not a first time for the wealthy man to travel multiple planes.
Are you seeking a leader for your party? Because I would be willing to join, to guide you forward.
We appreciate it, but we believe that your place is here to help guide those here.
But when the time comes, we would welcome your assistance.
Of course, of course. I was simply offering to take you under my wing as proteges and initiates of the Grand Library. After all, I do like being a mentor to those less skilled.
We will keep that in
I would
mind.
be.
We go for it. It's Lauren. Go for it.
I would be interested in learning what I can from you while we are here.
Of course, of course, of course. But only once you have closed the portal.
Where is
Of
it?
course.
So, you will need to go to the Grand Library. Investigate around to detect a portal that is causing a connection between here and a different plane of existence. Not one of the experimentation rooms, but rather a accidental portal. Understood?
So close an accidental portal in the Grand Library.
And
That's
return
all
with
you
evidence.
request.
Yes.
And return with that.
Of course, remember, you will have to fill out the application process. But you have the 3 approvals from the members of the BET team, so you've done the hardest part. All you need is to fill out the form. The admissions office has them. They're quite entertaining. More of a questionnaire, really.
Courtesy.
If we say, for example, hypothetically, we wanted to speak to the Sultan himself,
Yes,
have an audience with him.
of course.
What would we need from you to get that approval?
Oh, my endorsement, which I will only provide once you've proven yourself.
And how would you consider us proving ourselves? Would that be closing the portal
Indeed.
or going through the...
For the record, Covet was AFK when this guy said, literally, I will give you my endorsement if you can close the portal.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure. I'm working and entertaining at the same time, so please bear with me.
Understood.
Out of character.
You're good. You're good.
So that being said, so just bring the evidence of the portal to you.
Of it being closed. I don't need the portal itself.
And what specific evidence would you be looking for?
A signed
Because that
affidavit
is
of a witness would do. Or a shard of a teleportation crystal. A crystallized mote of energy from the portal. However you like to bring me the evidence. I'm quite open-minded. After all, with my lady free, I must keep an open mind for whatever she has in store for me. I'm sorry, I was distracted.
I totally understand. One must be an absolute devotee to the one that they commune with.
Yes, as your husband is for you, obviously. Look at those eyes.
You are too kind, sir.
Oh, I am not. Look, he is a proud spouse.
That he is, as she looks at him.
You see him giving you the batty eyelashes and the cutest grin that usually works.
Yeah, that tracks.
And then the wink.
That also tracks.
Yep.
And then the hair, his fingers going through his hair, albeit charred.
Yep. Yeah, that one section, his fingers get stuck in, and you're like, why?
Less moose. Less moose. We're good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
No, the moose is over there. All right.
She
So-
waves at Bwinkle. Yeah.
So, go to the Grand Library. Get a library card by filling out the application. Return here after you've closed the portal, and you will gain my endorsement. Fair?
She
Yeah,
looks
now
at
I got to figure out how to weave it.
she looks at Islaren and Ayla and Bwinkle and Twilight and Eowyn for approval.
Sounds fair
I
to
wonder
me.
if we can stuff it with moose hair.
What, the 652 bags of it?
Ayla does harvest enough of it.
Oh, I was thinking we could weave it in.
Any solution that works is a solution that we should explore.
Maybe I
Covet
can
looks-
weave
It would be good
those
for us
bags
to
of moose hair
learn how to
into
do
that.
Covet looks at Islaren and raises her eyebrow and smiles slightly.
As far as
Hearing
gives her
that
the
one,
deadpan expression.
she can give me the deadpan expression all she wants, but Covet heard that. So Twilight probably did not. Covet heard it loud and clear.
Okay. So, as you guys have your next step set before you, you're able to have a direction. Kadir here will excuse himself as he has to go out for dinner. Is there anything else you'd like to ask him before being excused?
Is there anyone of the Australian, anyone else from Australia that you would suggest us speak with to move forward with seeing the?
We are few and far between here in Shadow Shaddai. As far as I know, I'm one of the few tribesmen who've made it here.
And please,
What tribe did you
I
belong to?
apologize if. Yeah, that was my question. What tribe did you belong to?
I was of the Thundering Stones.
Unfortunately, we
sense.
never met them, but your tribe sounds very intriguing.
Mhm.
Oh,
Sometimes when you have more time, you'll have to tell us about your tribe.
Please regale us
of
of your
course,
stories.
of course.
Of your tribe.
So the tribe was native to the mountains. You understand? We stood atop the mountains and we channeled the lightning into the rocks. It's the fact that we were called the Thundering Stones.
Right. That's a wonderful name.
Indeed, it was very pleasant. It was a lot of fun to sit there and enjoy the crackle of lightning before it discharged. And then the rocks, they turned to boulders flowing down the hillside. As the stones fell, we pitied the tribes below us. After all that they could listen to was the music, the Rolling Stones.
With all that thunder and lightning, they must have thought it very,
Very,
very
very
frightening.
frightening.
Galileo.
Galileo.
All right,
Figaro.
you know the chieftain's name.
Don't tell me it's Figaro.
Figaro. Yes. How did you know?
Just a lucky guess.
Truly.
Love it.
Anyway, the reason I departed was because I had killed a man.
Ooh, good reason to leave.
So my life had just begun, and so I came to Shadow Shaddai. I still occasionally send letters to my mama.
I was going
However,
to say, I bet you miss your mama.
Does she know?
oh yes, she knows. But we were less transitory than the other tribes. We would claim a mountain and stay there for years. After all, dragons dare not fight the thundering stones, for we bring the channeled lightning of the heavens.
Yeah, I could understand that.
Indeed.
If I were a dragon, I would not want to fight that either.
So,
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, intimidating a dragon is very difficult. We've done that once, haven't we?
how
Once.
delightfully powerful.
Once.
You'll have to excuse me. I do have a dinner date. I have to get him in before Shalon finds me, you understand. But, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he's going to reach out for handshakes for each of you.
Pleasure is ours.
As each of you shakes his hand, your hair will stand on end.
Covet will then particularly look for something metal to touch to zap the static away.
All right? As you touch it, the arc is 4 inches long, Covet. Bzzzt, and it stings your finger to the point it's numb up to the second knuckle.
Ow!
Ow!
That's. She looks at the group and she looks particularly at Twilight and says, "That was shocking."
Twinkle reaches over and shakes his hand and instantly turns into a fur ball.
He turns into a giant tribble. Oh my god, that's great!
As the moose tribble sits here as floofed up as possible, Ayla, you realize you've got a massive combing job to go through. The best part of this is the
I wonder if
undercoat.
it trills like a tribble.
The undercoat of this moose is foofed out in a cloud around him as he blows his coat all at once all over the living room.
He's a husky! Oh my god!
Ayla?
Yeah.
As you guys have destroyed the living room, which is now covered in moose fur and moose hair, Kadir coughs. Remind
yeah.
me not to do it again.
Yeah, that's I maybe perhaps I should have warned you.
Sorry.
Due to my injury, I've not been able to brush him today, so yeah.
I'm sorry for your injury.
Oh, it's much better now.
Understood. Please, have a wonderful day. You'll have to excuse me. And he's going to usher you guys out into the city street. As you guys depart, Kadir closes the door behind you guys. And that is where we are going to end for today. And we will come back next week as we find out what else lies in store for us against the gods. Have a wonderful week, guys. Please stay safe. As always, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always, always thankful you choose me to be yours. You check out the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric. Check out the YouTube channel where we have the entire campaign podcasts and archives and GM tips. We do those every single day, so if you do watch those, do hit the thumbs up. It does help me out a ton. Otherwise, guys, we will catch you guys later. We'll be back either tonight for a hangout. I'm not sure about that yet, but for sure tomorrow morning with Beneath Fallen Skies as they are in Asatoro and dealing with the morality question of whether they need to kill a shopkeeper or protect her. Figure that out tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Be safe.